WMX race 1 here, the Bitci MXGP of Turkey. Over on the far side, number 8, Chiara Fontanesi got in there, so too did Papameyer. Duncan was in about 5th place at that point, emerged in 3rd as Van der Ven and Verstappen just ran too wide, going through the first couple of corners. Duncan then quickly into 2nd at the first time of asking, and then found a way onto the rear wheel of Larissa Papameyer. Papameyer left 1 or 2 doors open, allowed Duncan to get onto the rear wheel, and eventually found her way into the lead. Just behind in 3rd place was number 8 of Chiara Fontanesi. She was being shadowed as well by Amandine Verstappen as Papameyer was put under pressure here. She lost 2nd place to Fontanesi in this move. Fontanesi went to the inside. Just behind her you can see the pursuing pack. Verstappen blitzed past the German down the back straight, moved herself into 3rd, and then Van der Ven and Papameyer had this almighty tussle for 4th. These two traded positions maybe 3 or 4 times actually, but in the end it was Van der Ven who came out in 4th place. Despite finding a way past briefly into 3rd, Van der Ven wasn't able to keep Verstappen at bay. And the same for this battle, 4th position. Van der Ven and Papameyer back and forth, back and forth. In the end, it did fall the way of the number 85, Nancy Van der Ven. Then up front, all eyes on the battle for the lead. Courtney Duncan had given up a 6-second lead to Chiara Fontanesi, and Fontanesi charged down the inside as Duncan left the door wide open. The two almost touched through the next couple of turns. Fontanesi was your new leader, but then just after that, Duncan went off track, picked herself up, but was 12 seconds down. She put in some pretty decent laps after that as well, but no one was a match for Chiara Fontanesi in race 1. 6 seconds she was clear of Duncan, and Verstappen came home 3rd. WMX race 2 here, round 3 of the Women's Motocross World Championship, the Bitci MXGP of Turkey. Wasn't a good start for the main titles, but then Duncan held a nice tight line, so too did Fontanesi, but it was Elisa Galvano, the young Italian, who led the way from Nancy Van der Ven. Van der Ven quickly into the lead though, just a few moments time, but before that, Fontanesi up the inside of Duncan to move into 3rd place. By the end of the wave section, we had a new leader, that was Van der Ven, and then Fontanesi went around Galvano to move into 2nd position. Duncan then into 3rd before the end of the lap. Later on in the race though, a move around the outside allowed good drive for Fontanesi to move up the inside of Van der Ven to take over the lead. And then, a few corners later, Duncan also managed to find a way past the Dutch girl and into 2nd position. She then went after Chiara Fontanesi as those two battled over the lead. The gap at times was around about 2 seconds, but not before Van der Ven responded back immediately. The decisive pass came here around the outside. Better drive, good speed, good distance on the jumps. A little bit later on in the race as well, Larissa Papameyer eventually found her way past Verstappen to move into 5th place. And then 2 laps to go. That slight bobble may have cost Fontanesi time. Another one coming out of that left. This was the final lap. Duncan closing in. The gap was about a second at the start of the lap. This is 2 corners from home. She committed to the outside, then the inside. The number 1 got good drive over the final jump, and she put the squeeze on Fontanesi going into the very final turn and closed the door again on the exit. The run towards the finish line belonged to Duncan. She went on to win the race and the Grand Prix. Fontanesi was 2nd and Van der Ven 3rd. That's how it finished here. And of course, Courtney Duncan regains the championship leader's red plate as we head to round 4, which is here on Tuesday, the MXGP of Afyon.
Courtney Duncan, congratulations. Another overall victory for you. Chiara made you work extremely hard in that second race, but you showed why you're a defending world champion in that last lap. And you've got the points lead again. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, I think we can be really happy with today, you know, 2-1, and to take the red plate back and get the overall, I'm really happy. And yeah, no, it was cool. Chiara set a really good pace out front, really good pace. So had to jump in behind her and try catch her, and thankfully I was able to make a last lap pass. So important points for the championship, and yeah, we continue on these ways.